and allowing that bubble to drift downwards. Perhaps a gentle shushing sound as you move through the air. A calming sense of movement and motion, relaxing more deeply as you descend, slowing as you approach the ground, softly coming to rest back on the earth. That calming, safe sensation of the ground beneath your feet. Taking some time to soak up everything around you. Noticing just what it is about this place that makes you feel so calm and restful. Maybe the comforting sounds around you, the familiar soothing scents floating on the breeze, tasting that clear, fresh air as you breathe that relaxation deep within. Those breaths slowing down as you rest further, knowing you can come here anytime you need to, knowing your body naturally knows how to relax this deeply, that wonderful recuperative rest. And now, beginning to get a sense of those times when you might feel like masturbating, those old trigger points, perhaps when you've been bored or stressed, maybe even times when you felt a little lonely. Allowing yourself to really experience that now. Just getting in your mind a vivid sense of that time, the time just before you might have masturbated, the lead-up time, those feelings building up into that moment and up to that moment, just about to do it. Just get a sense of that now in your mind. And then, just allowing your unconscious mind to speak to you, listening as it lets you know some of the real reasons why you've been masturbating so much. Knowing you can trust your unconscious mind to be truthful with the reasons why. Relaxing with that knowledge. Accepting that deep down. You really know the reasons why. Recognizing those times and situations. Listening again to your unconscious mind. Letting it give you some other options. New ways of dealing with that boredom. Other more healthy ways. Rather than the old release of masturbating. Allowing yourself to accept what that unconscious mind has to say. Those healthier ways of dealing with stress or loneliness. Letting those ideas clearly form. Imagining that marvelous sense of satisfaction. Dealing with those situations in a much better way. Keeping safe your supplies of energy and vitality. Feeling calm and relaxed in the knowledge of that. And now, getting a sense again of that old feeling just before masturbating, that sort of compulsion feeling perhaps, that initial urge feeling. Noticing it build, that familiar old sensation, that old method of dealing with things. Then, drifting straight to that moment just afterwards, the empty feeling. So you're going from the beginning of the initial urge straight to the feeling afterwards. Notice that now. Back to square one. Noticing that masturbation just doesn't solve what it seems to promise unconsciously to fix. That sense of wasted time and energy. And noticing how anything you do too much of always loses its value and pleasure. And drifting now again to that old trigger point, that point just before masturbating. Noticing how that feels. It feels inevitable. The inevitability around that old sensation, that compulsion to do it, becoming more intense. Perhaps at a time of stress or boredom. Then fast forwarding to that time just afterwards. That's it, feeling empty and drained. Knowing it just isn't the solution, it doesn't fix the problem. Feeling that energy drained from you, the sense of wasted time, perhaps feeling a little disappointed with yourself, knowing you've succumbed again. And you know that just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do it all the time. Parking that car up at times instead of driving it around at full throttle all the time. Doing other things, getting a sense now of those future times. Not doing it when you used to so much. Taking control of the situation. Noticing how calm you can be in that experience. Relaxed and comfortable. Noticing how you can see yourself just not getting caught out so often. That feeling of it trying to control you again, just not allowing it to do that, rejecting it easily, trusting your unconscious mind, enjoying that feeling diminishing, fading to the point where you just forget about it. That's it, seeing that masturbation habit like a dot that's just getting smaller and smaller and less a part of your life. Now, floating further into the future, maybe weeks or months, perhaps even years, because one day, this day will be a very long time ago. Those old, out-of-date feelings and urges will just be distant memories. Not even relevant to you anymore. And noticing the differences in your life, a full and satisfying life, comfortable with yourself, comfortable with the way you deal with those old situations, a healthy balance in your life, contented and self-assured, enjoying those sensations, allowing your unconscious mind to let that sink in, learning well on such a deep level. And drifting back to the here and now, bringing with you all those wonderful confident feelings and sensations, radiating a healthy energy, looking forward to looking forward, and getting a sense of your surroundings again, becoming more aware of the sounds around you, coming back to the room and open your eyes, rested and relaxed.